fucking nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The money line.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week. The Money Line. We are live talking UFC Baku. I am AJ, joined as always by my guy Mike Finch. What's up, buddy?
Good in the neighborhood over here in Huntington Beach. A beautiful day. I got my buddy Artur flying in from Russia on Thursday. Looking forward to showing him around Huntington Beach, AJ. And we got a decent little card here. I think we're stepping up a little bit with this one from last week.
I think this month in general, definitely better. Last month was dry, bro. Obviously, we have a pay-per-view.
Some of those cards, I know.
Yeah, we're doing better this month.
Yeah, they're doing Azerbaijan right.
Dude, I'm excited to be on that side of the world, watching some action. We got locals and shit.
Be careful over there, bro. Rockets flying around over there and shit. Tehran's getting their nukes taken out. I mean, shit's hot over there, bro. You know, might as well throw some fist fights in the mix.
I think that's the right way to do it in the middle of the battleground. You know what I'm saying? They're going to war in the cage too.
The timing is crazy, right? I wonder if you can just like camp out at night and just see the rockets going back and forth. That's what one of my clients, Cam Jam, shout out to him. His parents live in Jordan, and they said that at nighttime you could just see like Israel sending rockets or Israel planes, I guess, right? And then Iran sending rockets over to Israel. Missiles, right? At nighttime. Fucking insane, right?
That's terrifying. I'd be hating it. That would
Yeah, right. It's like I hope they don't miss too bad. Like, damn, you know?
Right?
Not like I want Israel to get hit, but Jesus, bro. Yeah. I don't want nobody dying, man. Can't we solve this shit? You know?
I mean, I don't know.
Can't we just do a fist fight, you know?
Their
Benjamin
best
Netanyahu versus the Ayatollah, the supreme leader. Let's fucking you know,
we just pick a fighter.
Set it up, you know.
Listen, you go the best fighter from each country representing, and that's it. They do maybe like 5 weight classes.
So it's Paul Craig versus some wrestler over there. Iran can wrestle.
Iran can wrestle well. There's somebody. You got, you know, Ashmuz representing Israel. Shit. We can make it happen, you know, a little battle like that. Do it in the cage.
I like it. That would be better, you know, than, you know, let's not do it this way. Anyway, we got some fist fights coming up. Last week, we'll touch on it real quick.
Of course.
Usman, AJ, turns out those knees are good enough to wrestle, dude. He was able to, if you guys look at when Colby Covington took Buckley down, he just powered his way back up, right? Kamaru did a much better job holding him down, and we only really saw takedown defense from Buckley in that 5th round. You know, it's just too little too late.
Way too late. He got fucking manhandled, bro. It was a Usman vintage bullying type performance for the first 4 rounds.
Vintage, pre-title.
It looked like that. Like
That's how he
before the title, you're right. Yeah.
You know?
When he got the belt, it was less impressive than that in a lot of the matches. Yeah.
He was a kickboxer, dude.
Right.
You know? And his kickboxing wasn't going to work against Buckley. I mean, you know, that part held up. It's like Buckley was punching him in the face, you know? The issue was Buckley couldn't stop a takedown for 20 minutes.
And it's the fact, too, that like as soon as they went to the ground, the resistance was non-existent. There was no ability to get up to his feet. He was on his back and he was a fish out of fucking water. Unfortunate for Joaquin Buckley, but, you know, it is one of those losses where you learn a lot. And it's like, okay, what does Buckley need to do? Bro, I don't give a fuck about stopping takedowns. I give a fuck about being able to get back up. I'd rather have a guy getting taken down, but he's getting back to his feet. Takedown defense for Buckley was an issue for the first 4, but in round 5, he was doing a good job stopping it, but too late. Way too late.
Where was that? Buckley, where was that? And where was the attacks to the knee? It's like, you know, I'm getting Patchy Mix vibes again. It's like, you know, he's talking about how bad his knees are, right? He's saying it all week. The dude's got no knees. All right, kick his knees. Let's see a front leg side kick, bro. You know what I mean? Talk to Khalil Rountree on how to stomp on a knee. Ask Modestas Bukowskis how it feels. Like, stomp his knee then, if that's how you feel, you know? But if you're not even going to attack it, then what are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I was confused a bit. Definitely vintage Usman, though. And I was happy to see, for Usman's sake, him go out and thrive and perform like that.
That's cool. Yeah.
Obviously, Buckley's hands are fucking good. He's fun to watch. But now what happens is Usman's legacy, does that carry enough weight to put him into the title picture? Because he's calling for it. He wants the winner of Jack Della Islam, and it doesn't seem that far-fetched. What do you think, Finches? We just got a $300 donation. Gangster up.
Shout out to the trading champ.
W to you, bro. Thank you for $299.99. The people been asking about you, trading champ. Tonight, my friend. You're a certified gangster and a half, bro. All W should be running through the chat right now for this certified G, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting the show. You're a certified savage, trading champ. Thank you.
Seriously. Thank you, bro. Awesome. For the trading champ, okay? Even though he refused to acknowledge it at the post-fight press conference, the obvious fight to make is Bilal Muhammad versus Kamaru Usman. I mean, did it not line up? Did it not line up? That is perfect, you know? And, you know, Usman wants the title shot. Not that Usman versus either of those guys isn't fun, but at 170, I mean, you got Sean Brady up there. Ian Gary's looking good. You've got Shavkat Rakhmanov's up there. Like, there's talent up at the top, you know? So Usman acting like, of course you go with me for the title shot, is him being a businessman and trying to line this up for himself. I don't think in his heart of hearts he believes that, right? I think him and Bilal makes sense.
Him and Bilal does make a lot of sense, but here's my one argument against it. Usman's 38 years of age. How many fights does he have left? If the UFC is like, Usman's name on a resume of Makhachev or Jack Della and the champion or former champion getting the chance to, you know, get back on top, especially with Usman always being considered the second greatest welterweight of all time. If somehow he was
Dana
able to
said
win
he was
the
the
belt,
greatest.
Dana says he's the best. If he's somehow able to get the belt back, you know, I don't know. I think it's a tricky circumstance, because off merit alone, he could earn it, especially with the UFC needed him for the Hamzat fight. It's like, do they bless him? You know what? You got that win against Buckley. But I agree. There's Shavkat there. If Shavkat was available, I think even a Shavkat Usman fight. Problem is, man, we don't know what Shavkat's timeline of return is looking like at the moment. I think there's the Shavkat Bilal fight looming. There's obviously Sean Brady versus Ian Gary looming. I don't know. I guess I don't hate the idea of Usman fighting for the belt, but on the flip side of that, the beef between him and Bilal runs deep, and I would like to see that shit squashed inside of the octagon. But I think Usman knows he doesn't have that many fights left, so he's trying to market, okay, title fight, and then I want to move up and fight for the middleweight title. Like, that's his, you know, dream pathway. Don't know how realistic that is. Let's say they make him have one more fight. He'll be 39. Let's say he beats Bilal. He'll be 39 before he gets the title shot. So he'll be 39 years old fighting for the belt. How quick of a turnaround? Is he 40 fighting for the middleweight title? If that, you know, perfectly worked out in his
once a year, bro? What are you talking about once a year?
Why would he fight once a year? Fight? How often can twice a year? Is he fighting 3 times a year? I'd be shocked.
Fuck yeah.
I think, can you get one more in December? Maybe we do Usman versus somebody.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. He didn't get hurt, right? Even though he gets up like an old man, he didn't get hurt.
He went
hey, it's kind of gangster that he could battle through these injuries, you know?
It's
fucking awesome. Like, yeah, just looking at it on paper, you're like 38 years old, you know, fucked up knees, you know, miles, you know, coming off losses. All right, what's next for him? I mean, it's like believing things based on evidence, right? Like, all that noise, believe in the tape, you know? And if you just watch the tape, he was still able to grapple late, you know, with Hamzat. He's still, you know, in these fights. Again, Leon Edwards, you know, didn't look to be so elite in the last fight or two here. But you know, Kamaru Usman has fought the who's who at welterweight, and even though he's not, I think, in his prime anymore, you could see his hand speed's kind of gone. You know, there's a couple things, but you know, until he shows us that he can't compete at a high level, wrestle at a real high level, you know, you got to anticipate that it's there. So it's not that I don't think he has the skills to do it, AJ. I just feel like I'm coming at it from a different mindset. Like I'm not coming at it from like they need Kamaru on their record. You know, I feel like a win over Sean Brady's huge. A win over Shavkat is huge. You know, even Ian Gary's building himself up to the title. So, you know, I just look at who deserves the title shot more than anything. But I don't know. You're the matchmaker, bro. You're Mr. Matchmaker. You tell me. What, you giving him the shot?
I might be, man. I like the idea.
All right. Okay. Wow. Damn.
Islam intrigues me. If
I heard him saying title shot, I'm like, he don't believe that.
If Usman versus Islam is the fight, if it's Jack Della, I don't know. But if it's Islam winning the belt, Usman said he's down to fight. It just seems like there's something there. Former dominant champ versus, you know, the reigning dominant champ from lightweight moving up. I think that's kind of a super fight with Usman and Islam, even though, you know, it's Usman maybe not at his best, but still, I'd be fucking hyped to see the former lightweight champ mix it up with the former welterweight champ at 170. Right?
It's definitely interesting.
That adds a new layer to it. Real quick, trading champ. He said it's been a busy month. Glad to be back. Listen, we're glad to have you. Thank you for your extreme generosity, bro. You're a valued supporter of the fucking community, bro.
Means a lot, bro. Thank you, trading champ. Yeah. All right, fuck it. Let's run it. AJ wants to see it. I'm with it.
Let's go.
I think Jack Della showed us some incredible takedown defense against Bilal Muhammad. I think that's tough for Usman to get past. Yeah. And the hand speed's not there. And fucking Jack Della puts nasty combos together. And then Islam at the peak of his prime. The interesting thing there is that Usman's way bigger. Usman's a big welterweight.
You look like a middleweight, bro.
Dude, at weigh-ins, that's the first I was like, God damn, he's a lot bigger than fucking Buckley, you know? Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, how big he is at welterweight. So I like that.
What do you think about Buckley? Buck versus the cock, call it a day. Gary Buckley. What are we doing?
Damn, we got to do him like that. Oh,
but that's the fight, though. You know, all jokes aside, that's a good matchup. I like
that. Yeah, fuck it. We could run that. We could run that. You know, I think the folks would, you know, get behind that fight. That makes sense. You know, we've already seen Shavkat and Ian Gary, which was competitive. Yeah, run that.
Let's go. You want to do co-main event? Talk about a little something that happened with the ladies. We had Thug Rose holding the fourth down, staying alive against Miranda Maverick. That came out motivated, that came out strong, that came out aggressive. She was talking like, yeah, she's about to bully her. You know, she thought the physicality would be the factor. I was so happy when Rose dropped her in round 3. I was so grateful that Thug Rose handled business. How do I put it? I don't think Rose Namajunas is beating the best at flyweight, which is Valentina, Natalia Silva, Manon Fiorot, Erin Blanchfield, right? The big 4. But bro, I think there's a perfect fight. I don't give a fuck. She's coming off 1 win. The other one's coming off 2 losses, bro. Her and Alexa Grasso got to fight. They never fought. They both been at the top for how long? Make the damn fight. That's a fight night main event. That's a good co-feature. I think they should do 5 rounds. I'm interested in as hell in that matchup, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with that 100%. Rose fought a good fight here. You know, Maverick had her moments. She definitely made the first round close. Getting dropped in the third really cost her the fight. I think I had it 29-28. Thug Rose. And, you know, she did it with the striking. She did it with the takedown defense. It was some beautiful work for sure. Yeah, they used to train together. So, you know, there were some of those elements in this fight where they kind of know what the other girl does. And they had to fight their fight. You know, Rose admitted to being a little nervous about it. And, you know, she looked good, man. Always fun to see Rose Namajunas firing on all cylinders. And I like how Rose went forward a lot of moments in this fight. Like, we all remember the Carla Esparza fight, or hopefully you don't, where nothing happened. I think she really learned that lesson, right? And you could hear Pat Barry in the corner telling her to go, go, go. That's cool. It's cool to see Rose on the front foot.
Definitely. Good performance. Hard-fought win against, you know, Miranda Maverick, who's still young, 27, definitely fit as fuck, definitely skillful, but ultimately not a match for one of the best in you know, women's MMA game, bar none. Now, what do you want to cover now on this card, Finch? Like, you know,
We could run to the next card. Let's go.
You want to jump? I just want to bring up something though.
Do it.
Paul Craig Balato. What do you think of that? What do you think of that?
I knew this shit was gonna get covered.
I had to.
Bro, I think he deserves an Oscar, bro. Hey, congratulations, Balato. Here you go, homie. Brand new Oscar for you, dog. Congratulations. You're a phenomenal actor. You deserve it, buddy.
He is. Listen, that up kick wasn't a flush. Like, if it was a flush up kick and he just went straight out, it's a different conversation that we're having. But the fact is, it was an up kick that touched the chest and the chin. The fact he's looking at the ref, and then he said he got dizzy. He said his head was spinning afterwards, Finch.
It's my from the BKFC deep cut.
I remember
show.
that. That's back when BKFC and us were bringing fire, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Award-winning shit. Come on, BKFC.
To the award winners, bro. We're off the show.
He was clearly fouled, right? But you can see him throw up his arms and look at the ref, and then it hit him. Oh, I could just get a DQ right now. And the fake level was so extreme. I mean, that was crazy. I wouldn't say I'm 100% sure, but close to it.
It's like, I've watched a lot of fights over the years, man.
Yeah. And
I know people talk, oh, it's a delayed reaction. But it's not like that was like the hardest up kick. Like, it's not like it was just thunder. It was like it hit, but what I'm saying is, I don't think Craig's knocking me out with that same up kick. And now Balato at 220 on fight days.
AJ's got, y'all, the flying knee from the south, homie. You ain't touching AJ with that shit, dog. That's bouncing right off the chin hair, homie.
But you seeing what I'm saying, right? Like, is that a knockout shot? It's not a fucking Yushin Okami getting up kicked by Anderson back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That's not the up kick.
I know what you're saying. And Balato, I think played, you know, like, bro, if that's the world title, like Anthony Smith could have won a world title like that. Like, if that's the world title, you get paid so much more money if you earn that world title. Ask Aljamain Sterling. You know, the reason why he got the Oscar is because once you hit that title, you get paid the fuck out. Do you guys realize that Cody Garbrandt made over $250,000 to lose to Raoni Barcelos on Saturday? If Cody Garbrandt wasn't on the card, how many more people don't watch, AJ? 15? Is he worth $250,000 to them? No, he wasn't. But he got $250,000 because he had that belt before. That's how their pay works. So, you know, if it's for the world title, like, you could understand why it would cross the mind of Aljo to go Oscar mode. On this one, it was a little disgraceful.
It just didn't make sense too, because Balato was starting to find his flow.
Yeah.
It's not like if he was getting fucked up, he was losing. It's like, okay, Craig was giving him a fight for sure early, but he started having some success.
Yeah.
And then he bails out. I don't know. Very strange.
Yeah.
And I think the only way to do this justice is like, just fucking rebook them. Like, I just think have them fight again. I want to see the fight play out. What are we doing? Have them fight each other.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you're Paul Craig, do you really want to give this guy another shot? Like, this dude did you dirty like that? But I mean, Paul Craig fouled him. Paul Craig did an illegal technique.
He did.
Right? And he did it on purpose. But because of the Oscar-worthy performance, technical stand-up, he's fucking playing jiu-jitsu with the ref. You know? I think they were like, how are we going to give this guy the win? Let's just call this a no contest. What the fuck just happened? I think that's what we just saw.
Yeah, that was it. Hey, Finch, one of the 15. Slew said Cody was the only reason he watched the card.
Whoa. You wanted to watch Cody Garbrandt get outstruck by a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy?
It was a good first round for my boy Cody No Love, but it fell apart. It
was. That's true.
It was sad.
I gave out Raoni Barcelos on the free channel. I also gave out the parlay option with Malcolm Wellmaker. Shout out if you played it.
And real quick, man, shout out to the Savage Underdog lock. Phil Rowe, 3rd round KO, bringing the heat. I lost my fucking mind. If you were in the live stream, you know, The hat came down, everything, man. I went fucking crazy. I got an early unveil, man. I had to jump off screen, man, but I saw the screenshots all over the place. It is what it is. There's a short out there. Yeah, I've been seen without this on, but you know, you got to find it.
Yeah,
You know
somebody make it their profile photo. Let me see.
I saw somebody with that during the fight companion, but I haven't seen him since. It was a one and done.
Angelusa off to a good start, but Phil Rowe digging deep, sticking with it. I mean, I think we broke it down pretty well. Phil Rowe's just got more tools, more ways to win, more technique on the feet, and he was just able to stay on him. I mean, he was posting on his face, dude. When he knocked him out, he had his fucking hand on his face. Right hook, right hook, right hook, right hook. Angelusa, you know, found a way out at that point. I mean, he was being overwhelmed. But, you know, Phil Rowe really shut him down. So really impressive finish by Mr. Rowe.
Phil Rowe's the fucking man.
We were both on it, by the way, dog.
Oh, I know. We were savages. Let's go, bro. Fuck yeah, dude. Let's keep bringing the heat. We got a full card to talk about. All right. We got some fights to get into with UFC Baku. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Start it off right. And if you're new, welcome to the show. Make sure you subscribe. We got Mohammed Usman looking to follow in his brother's footsteps and snap the losing streak, taking on Hamdi Abdelwahab. Listen, bro, if you don't know about the Hamdi Dumpty memes, bro, it was going on for a while. I'll bring it up for this call one more time. Shout out to Hamdi Dumpty to pull through. I'm picking him, bro. I'm picking Hamdi Dumpty to win. I feel like he's going to be able to hit some key takedowns in this fight. Should be a little faster than Usman. Mo Usman's a weird one for me. Yeah. He hits hard, but he's not super accurate. He gets sloppy. He's been outworked in a couple of fights. It's not like Mo Usman is going out there and knocking people dead. I mean, Jake Collier in him, he wins a decision. Yeah, he, goes 3 rounds with Peterson, but is that really super impressive? And I get it. Hamdi's last fight wasn't great. Hamdi's last fight, he barely snuck out with the fucking win. A lot of people felt he lost. But you have to give him one thing. Now he's going to be active again. He hasn't, been active in a while. Of course, he was popped for steroids and stuff, then came back, won a close fight. But at least he's fighting within a year. He's still a developing heavyweight. I got to go for the Olympian. I got to go with an Olympic wrestler to find a way to beat Mohammed Usman. I think he gets it done. I think takedowns are going to end up working in this fight. I think he'll be a little faster. I'm sure Usman hits him with some hard shots, but I think Abdelwahab has a good chin. I'm going to go with Hamdi Dumpty to pull through.
Doesn't he own a burger place? Hamdi Burgers or something?
I think he does, bro. I'm going to have to get a burger if I ever visit.
His wrestling should come through, but the split decision with Jamal Pogues doesn't sit well with me, but neither does, Usman versus Peterson. I mean, Usman coming off of 2 losses. He hasn't won since 2023. He's got big power, which is concerning, but, looking at this one, I'm going to have to side with the Olympic wrestler. I'm going to have to side with the guy who can control where the fight takes place. Although he's outsized here, Mo Usman generally pretty low output, not a lot of feints, not a lot of technique behind it. If you see Kamaru Usman wrestling, you think, oh, he's ready for a wrestler. Doesn't look like it. Really doesn't fight like his brother at all. So I'll go with the wrestler here. I'll say Hamdi gets it done. It's these are heavyweights and Mo Usman hits hard as fuck though. So it just should be stated that Hamdi doesn't look like a world beater, but I like what you said there. Like he it's a little bit of activity, which is good, right? Remember he got popped and he was out for a long time. I like that. I like where the fight's at for Hamdi. I think he'll fight well in Azerbaijan, as to where Mo Usman's gonna be like, where the fuck am I? Is that a missile in the sky? And I think Hamdi decision.
Yeah, I'm with it. Shout out Alejandro Delgado for $4.99. I had a 9-bet parlay and was hitting until Cody. Even the fights after Cody, I hit 8 out of 9. Had a good first round though. Hey, Delgado, thank you for $4.99. Cody, no love.
Thank you.
He just don't got it anymore, my friend. I loved Cody in his prime. He was special in his prime, but he doesn't move the same. It is what it is. Life happens. Shit happens. But hey, close. Thank you for the $4.99. Maybe this week. Maybe next week. Maybe soon.
Let
me quickly read the lines off. Let's check them out. Mohammed Usman is plus 141 as a fair-sized underdog here. Hamdi Dumpty minus 161. I'm going to go Hamdi to win. Decision makes a lot of sense to me at plus 110. Muhammad Usman's down 2 in a row. Mick Parkin tuned him up a year and 2 months ago. And then 10 months ago, Peterson tuned him up as well. To be fair, Peterson, he's looking better. He did get the win recently over Dontel Mays. But if people forget, he lost bad to Jamal Pogues. And, still Hamdi, say what you want about the fight, was able to, edge out a win, controversial or not. I'll say that he can win this one. We probably go distance. Over 2.5 at minus 225 makes sense. Though Usman hits hard, he's not very accurate. And I'll also say this, man, about Mo Usman. He's super jacked, and he looks like he'd weigh 300 pounds, but he's only like 236. Hamdi should have the weight advantage. That always blows my mind with Usman. Yeah, bro.
Last fight right there.
236.5 pounds. But he don't look like it. He looks 260.
Is he hollow?
He must be. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I agree. He looks 260 pounds.
Yeah.
236 is crazy.
What? Wow. You blew my mind there. Well, that gives me more confidence in Hamdi. Yeah, I think Hamdi could wrestle him.
Yeah. Hamdi Dumpty wrestling him up. Decision. We're going Hamdi. Let's get to the next fight on the card. We got Tagir Ulanbekov versus Azat Maksum. I love this fight. I was more excited for Kyoji Horiguchi versus Ulanbekov, but I like this one too. Now, I'm picking Ulanbekov, but I will sing some praises for Maksum. He's a slick striker. He rocked Charles Johnson early in their fight, but the ultimate red flag is Charles Johnson was out wrestling him. And now you're fighting Tagir. 2 takedowns is way too much with Charles Johnson. If you're going to then the next fight get matched up with Ulanbekov.
Yeah.
Tagir should maul him on the ground and out wrestle him. I will say, I think Maksum's going to be quicker on the feet. And I'd say Ulanbekov at times it feels a little slow in striking. He doesn't have amazing stand-up. He's effective, but not super fast twitch, but he does get people to the ground in a very efficient manner, and he does control very well, and he does bring submission threats here with Azat Maksum. Kind of has that skinny, long frame similar to Ulanbekov, which I think it makes it interesting as far as when they hit the mat, can Maksum defend the submissions and whatnot. But I do lean towards Ulanbekov dominating the fight. I feel as though method of victory, you lean towards decision or submission. I could see Ulanbekov strangling Maksum if he really works him on the ground for a round or two. But ultimately, Maksum, still a prospect, right? Still a developing guy. He's not young. He's 30, so he's at like peak age right now. I think that Ulanbekov should be vastly superior in grappling, and I think that should be the massive difference maker between the two. But I'll say this, man, I like Azat Maksum stand-up game. I still think he's a decent prospect. I still think he's one to watch. But this fight here is probably worst case scenario for him. Like, this is one of the worst matchups in the top 15 for him, because this is Ulanbekov, who's a savage wrestler and Dagestan blood all day long for me.
And who's not bankrupt in striking. Like, I like that Ulanbekov can strike with him and be a threat to where Maksum can't just ping him up, So I think Tagir Ulanbekov takes him down relatively easily, and that's the story of the fight here. Maksum might get a little bit of him on the feet. I think Maksum, you're right, the speed, the technique level, but Tagir's a fucking decent striker, man. And Tagir's takedowns are a lot better than Charles Johnson's are. Charles Johnson, more of a Muay Thai guy. And I just don't see Maksum being able to close that gap. So Tagir Ulanbekov, because he decides where the fight takes place.
Agreed. Shout out Alex NYC for $4.99.
Hey.
Don't rely on the odds, because if Hamdi lost that fight on paper, which he did, what odds will be? Well, I'd assume that, the odds would still slightly favor him regardless, but it's not about odds in that fight. I just think Hamdi should beat Muhammad Usman in a competitive fight. You got anything?
Yeah, I don't think they're too wide either, right?
No, you're looking at minus 161. Hamdi Dumpty. It's not crazy.
Yeah. And he's, again, breaking them down, it's like, what skill set stands out? It's Hamdi's wrestling.
Agreed. Thank you, Alex. We got to look at the odds, though. Minus 415 for Tagir Ulanbekov.
Hey, I got it a little cheaper the other day.
That's smart. Plus 345 Maksum. Listen, I feel like Ulanbekov's a fucking lock on this card. I've been thinking it since I saw this fight was on the damn card. And then, going back and rewatching a bit and seeing Maksum even losing wrestling to fucking Johnson. I'm like, bro, Ulanbekov takes this fight to the ground whenever he feels like it. And I think he handles business. But I will give Maksum some credit, man. I saw some of the training that he's been doing. Like, I feel like, I don't know, man. He's at American Top Team. I feel like there's a bit of, potential, man. It's just not this fight. It's like, this is horrible. This is not the spot you want to be in. Yeah, I'd be pretty shocked with an upset here.
Yeah, I'm a Tagir supporter, and I mean his competition's not incredible. We saw Cody Durden melt. I mean, we saw, his Clayton Carpenter's all right, but I do think his advantage, again, two wrestlers, right? His advantage there really stands out to me, and that's just going to make everything work. Like when Maksum worried about the takedowns, now the striking works better. I think he just gets the snowball rolling down the hill, man. Tagir Ulanbekov, and maybe he can even get him out of there on the ground.
Plus 325 if you like that submission line. The decision is minus 130. Obviously, Ulanbekov money line. Probably part of like a safe but boring parlay for you guys.
Safe but boring, man. That's that's AJ's dating life right there. You know what I mean?
Shit.
That's what he goes by on Tinder. Safe but boring. No,
I forget to have a girlfriend, man. He forgets. Holy shit.
I'm just joking, folks. Ulanbekov for both of us. We're in agreement again.
And speaking of the safe but boring parlay, I am looking at consistent winners. Somebody in chat mentioned to me earlier today, 7 W's in a row on the safe but boring parlays. I say it all the time as I knock down this fucking can. I say it all the time. They hit pretty much every week. So if you tail the safe but boring parlays at the top, I don't give a fuck about the odds. I'm just like, all right, like, let's see. And they're usually around minus 150, minus 200. Bro, they're consistent winners. So
yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I went on quite the lock streak, but I'd still say, you gave me the name Parlay King. Like, dude, yeah, there's nothing like putting the two biggest locks together into a parlay. That's always nice.
Let's go. Let's keep running up. Finchman and I both going Ulanbekov. And the next fight on the card, we got the ladies going after it. We got Irina Alekseeva versus Klaudia Syguła.
Wow, those blue eyes. Wow, Alekseeva staring through my soul. She looks like a White Walker.
Yeah, she does. She's intense looking. I mean, I'm going with Alekseeva. I think she's a little sharper on the feet. Grappling should be all right. Syguła was reminding me of like a female form of Dushko Todorovic. And I don't know if that's definitely not a good thing. I'm not saying that it's like, she's like Dushko. No, it's like brawling, sloppy striking, grappling. She got handled by Mullins. I know Mullins also out-grappled Alekseeva, but to be fair, at least Alekseeva survived. Syguła got destroyed on the ground and finished off. I'm going to go with Alekseeva. I think she could do some damage here. I think she could end up getting some big shots off, maybe even melt the Syguła with heavy punches or kicks. But ultimately, the pick is Alekseeva, but low-level women's MMA.
Alekseeva, I remember seeing her in Bellator. Nice finish over Stephanie Egger as well. As to where Syguła, a little bit newer to the UFC, a little bit newer to the higher level. I do think Alekseeva via decision makes sense here. But minus 225 I'm seeing. They both are coming off of that loss to Melissa Mullins. Melissa Mullins has beaten every woman on this card. It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Actually. Yeah.
She's
the dog. Yeah.
Walking in there like, what's up, bitches?
What's up? That's funny as fuck.
Cleaning up. So, that makes sense. Alekseeva decision.
Alekseeva on the cards. Plus 125. I'm not salivating at the bit to throw down in this fight, but I feel like Alekseeva should win. I really don't have any impressive thoughts about Syguła. I don't know, man. A little scrappy, some jiu-jitsu. I wasn't impressed at anything I watched. I was just like, she's okay.
Polish.
At least Alekseeva got the fucking, knee bar against Stephanie Egger. She got some nasty stand-up, like Finch said. She fought in Bellator. There's some promise there. I'll go with Alekseeva. So will he. We're going with Alekseeva for the dub as the favorite here.
Yeah.
Around
more quality wins.
Yeah.
But hey, man, I'm like 40% Polish. Let's go. Dzień dobry to Syguła. Let's go.
Let's go. Finchman and I both going Alekseeva, even though he's speaking some Polak to me. Man. Let's go.
It's very disrespectful, AJ. Polak.
Polak.
Marlon Brando over here. What the fuck?
Isn't that it?
Polak, that's like the N word for Polish people, dude. That's
Is it really? Oh, sorry, Syguła. My bad.
fucked up, dude.
Shit, I didn't know. Next fight on the card, we got more ladies going after it. We have Daria Zheleznyakova versus Melissa Mullins 2. They run it back. They fought pre-UFC. Zheleznyakova landed big on the feet, and then she got taken down and destroyed. What tells me that she's going to land big on the feet and get a knockout and not get taken down and bullied again? I can't see it. I don't know. I think Mullins is probably going to manhandle her again on the mat.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Melissa Mullins. It's either ground and pound or a submission. We saw Zheleznyakova get fucked up by Perez on the mat. Even with Montserrat Rendon, yes, she was able to stop some of the grappling, and Rendon's a strong grappler, but Rendon busted Zheleznyakova up and had her looking like she went 10 rounds in the ring, man. Nose was all kinds of fucked up. I think Melissa Mullins handles business, man. I don't think Zheleznyakova is all that. And I think the first result is the result we see again.
I mean, Eileen Perez ran through her, dude. She was out there twerking early, you know? That was impressive. And the way she got her out of there too right away with the head and arm choke. I mean, Mullins has got to be seeing that like, of course I'm going to get on top of this girl and do it again. So, yeah, Mullins with a little bit of confidence, man.
Yeah, I feel like she should destroy. Minus 275 from Mullins. Zheleznyakova plus 235. Fat favorite in a woman's fight, but I do think the clear-cut grappling advantage is a key difference maker. I think inside distance is live for Mullins. It's plus 100. If you think she gets that submission, you're looking at plus 375. The last time that she fought against Zheleznyakova, she broke her on the ground with big shots, ground and pound. Zheleznyakova turned her back and got TKO'd. So we could see ground and pound again. Mullins does have good GMP, but ultimately the submission threat is live as well.
Yeah, not really running at that because TKO or submission both live. You would think submission, right? You would think submission after seeing the Eileen Perez fight. But if this thing went long, that would not surprise me. I mean, I don't know about betting the finish on this one. Too many X factors. You know, I don't think Mullins is touching the title or something. You know, it's not like a Kayla Harrison. I went and bet that plus one, whatever it was, 175 or whatever it was on Kayla Harrison submission. I'm like 25 minutes. She is submitting Juliana Pena. I don't feel like that here.
I feel like Mullins, could she get a sub or a ground and pound finish? Yes. I'll lean towards yes officially. But yeah, if she won a grapple fuck decision, I'm not shocked. But the reason I like Mullins by finish is her grappling style is very like, get to a dominant position and throw shots or look for a submission. She's not just like very lay and pray. Like she's active, right? She's looking to finish fights. And I like that part of her game. And I feel like she can get Zheleznyakova out. I'm not impressed by Zheleznyakova at all. And I think Mullins beats her again.
Yeah. Again, Mullins beat every girl on this card. She's walking in confident, folks. Mullins getting it done.
Mullins for the W. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card. We got Ismail Naurdiev versus the Iron Turtle, Jun Young Park. I'm going with Ismail Naurdiev to beat the Iron Turtle. I like Naurdiev in this fight a lot. I like him, bro. I think Naurdiev's actually quite good. He gets a bad rep because of some of the L's he's taken, but when you dig deeper, there's good moments in that fight, you know, that he loses. But you look back, it's like it's 2022. He's taken some L's, but they're also at 175 pounds. He seems to be a full-size middleweight, and I really think he was doing himself a massive detriment earlier in his career, trying to cut all that weight off. He was 2-2 in his first UFC run. Now he comes back. He beats up Bruno Silva. And I get it. Bruno Silva in the fight after got absolutely destroyed by Andre Barrios, right? So I get it. Marc-Andre fucked him up bad. But Naurdiev completely neutralized them too. And Jun Young Park is a weird one. When he fights guys with a bit of takedown defense, with some heavy leg kicks, with some hands on him, he tends to be in nitty-gritty close fights like the Eric Anders fight, like the Brad Tavares fight. I feel like Naurdiev's going to look sharp. I think he can land cleaner shots. I think he can stop Park's takedowns and maybe even have success of his own. But a key element of Naurdiev's game that I noticed is maybe a bit underrated is his clinch work, the offensive Muay Thai attack inside of close range, knees to the body, elbows on the inside. I think he's quite effective from there. And I just think Naurdiev's going to have a clear-cut strike speed advantage. And I feel like he's sharp, man. He's a good prospect to watch. He's been doing this a very long time. He's only 28 years of age. I think he's got a good frame for middleweight. He's filled into the class well. The Iron Turtle is always a tough customer. I got mad respect for him. but I think that the Naurdiev puzzle is a little too tricky for him to solve at this point, and I'm going to go with Naurdiev as the prospect.
Damn, I'm going Iron Turtle. I know that Iron Turtle likes to go to split decisions when he's fighting somebody who can wrestle. But brother, he's fought plenty of people who could wrestle. Brad Tavares. Who was the Russian cat he beat? Duraev?
Duraev's a fucking can. Duraev gets mauled.
How dare you?
Duraev's overrated, bro. And I like Duraev.
Dare you?
Overrated.
How dare you? How dare you? Eric Anders, wrestler.
Athletic.
You know, yeah, I feel he's done this, bro. He's been in there with wrestlers. So
yeah,
I think Naurdiev is not showing him a whole lot he hasn't seen. Yeah, he looked good against Bruno Silva. AJ, you might be able to take Bruno Silva out at this point, dog. I don't think the odds are as wide as Malcolm Wellmaker versus Moitinho with AJ versus Bruno at this point, guys. I don't know. One camp with me, AJ, we'll have you firing on him, dude. I'll have you
do it at middleweight. I'll take the fight if they want to book it.
Show us the traps, bro. AJ's and look at that. I
just gotta get a little fucking takedown defense more tightened up. The hips are good naturally, a little get up game. I gotta be the Jack Della with the flow. Jack Della with the flow.
I mean, we'll have you doing tape study. I'm gonna have you watch Craig Jones just stand up. As soon as they hit your hips, you're hitting them like Hamzat does. Boom, you give them those hip bones. As soon as they get you on the fence, split the feet, pulling up. You think Bruno Silva's taking you down? Come on, dog.
I think I can do it. We're doing it then. Let's go.
So I got Parks.
Check.
Parks seems like the away team here, but he's good at eking out these split decisions. Why not here? Close decision, Park.
All right. Respect to the Finch man going Park. I do think we're going distance. I think Goldberg's a savage.
Goldberg?
AJ and Finch been busy lately, but still supporting our dog AJ's channel. We'll be back for the Jackhammer Parlay. Goldberg, at the end, we'll give you the Moneyline Jackhammer. I know during the Fight Companions, usually you're coming through asking for it. And make sure you tune into Wednesday's show where it's all about parlays from me, bro. Thank you for the big 50, you certified savage.
Fuck yeah. Goldberg with the 50, Trading Champ with the 300. Y'all very generous and y'all helping this show continue. Let's fucking go, guys. Thank you. We got another one.
Jared Nunes with the big 1999. What's up, fellas? Great to see you. Keep up the great work. Hey, flex on him. Big W. Thank you, Jared Nunes.
I'm not like AJ. I got to fucking.
Listen, you're still looking fit, Finch. I see the game. You got the cut. You got the buy popping through. You still got some
bro.
You still
trying, guys. All I do is jujitsu, man. Should I start lifting weights again? I think I need to, dude.
I think it will help you jujitsu. We talked about it last fucking week.
We did. AJ's gonna put me on a program, bro.
I told him I'll write it out for him, and this will aid his jujitsu, man.
Fuck. Hey, if you guys want to train, hypertrophy workouts, AJ's got you. All right, DM him, AJ DeVito Fitness on Instagram. AJ's cooking something up.
Listen. Whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for 1999, Jared Nunes, and
thank you, Jared. Very generous, bro.
Let's go. Thank you.
Fucking go.
I feel like this fight seems destined to go distance. So regardless of me and Finch disagreeing, the over 2.5 at -155 ain't looking too bad. Ain't looking too bad at all. And I know people say, oh, but Naurdiev, man, he's been caught in subs. He's been this, he's been that. I just feel like shit goes sideways sometimes in this fight game. And a few times shit went sideways for him early. But I think that you have to take into consideration the weight class jump. So regardless of if you're picking Park or if you're picking Naurdiev, I think there's a real possibility that these guys are going into the later stages. The over is not a bad line at -155. And I think that for me, I think Naurdiev squeaks by in a competitive matchup with Park. But we're going to see because that takedown defense is getting tested, bro.
Hey, good fight.
Let's go. Hey, Ralphie, thank you for 199. Said, did we just book AJ versus Silva before Jones Aspinall? Oh shit, that's crazy.
It's like the Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah,
we got Marab kissing the champ before we got Grand Theft Auto.
That is crazy. Yeah, it is. And I think we just got it. Let's go, Ralphie. Thank you for 199. You certified savage. Finch, man, going Park. I'm going Naurdiev. We're going against each other on this one, and let's see next fight on the card. We got Syguła KO versus Oban Elliott.
Hey.
Listen, Finch, man. I think it's Oban Elliott's time to shine. I like KO. I picked him against Cavalcanti on Contender Series. But he's a bit stiff. He's a bit upright. And Elliott is looking comfortable in that UFC octagon, man. He's coming into his flow state. Fucking Basil Fez up real bad. Has grappling skills too. Let's not act like he can't mix in some wrestling. And with KO being a little stiff and they're on the center line, I think Elliott's going to find the chin and end up putting him to bed, man. I feel like Elliott, pretty sharp striking, good MMA-based game. KO's strong with his pressure, but I'm telling you, as he closes the gap, man, I just worry that the head's not off the center line enough. Like a big thing I wrote down is he has a very wide stance. He rips to the body well. He definitely has a good southpaw straight left, but on the flip side of all of that, he's stiff, dude.
Yeah.
He's stiff. He's very upright. Nice pot shots on the inside. He'll rip. He'll sit on punches, but he's going to be there to counter. And Oban Elliott's faster. Oban Elliott's sharper, more UFC experience. And bro, Oban Elliott's the prospect they're looking to rise. I like KO. I was one of the fucking few that picked him against Cavalcanti. But ultimately, I think this is way too much too soon. Oban's the prospect. Unfortunately, KO probably getting KO'd.
I got Oban Elliott as well. Look, Basil Hafez he brought some problems to Oban Elliott, but this is such a different fight. I think AJ broke that down really well. I think Oban Elliott can use his speed in this fight and can get to potentially KO. So Oban Elliott, UFC experience matters here. He's got wins over, Preston Parsons, Basil Hafez. I'm missing his first fight. He's got some nice wins in the UFC. Oh, the dude who Bo Nickel knocked out. Val Woodburn.
I was about to look it up. Shit.
So he's got some nice dubs in the UFC, and I like how he dealt. How he powered through the Basil Hafez fight and got the finish. So, yeah, I feel like Oban Elliott, although he's got to do some traveling here, I think Oban Elliott's a lock.
I think so too. We'll see, but I think he's going to thrive in this fight. And shout out Cody Marmon for the Welsh gangster. I think it's the Welsh gangster's time, Mr. Cody Marmon. And so do the bookies, because he's a minus 515 favorite. You having no fun here on fucking holy shitville. Minus 515. What are we fucking holy shit? KO is plus 390. I'm going to say Oban Elliott handles at minus 515, but he's a fat fucking favorite. What the fuck is happening? Wow. Elliott KO win. What is it? Plus 325? I think plus 325 is sneaky. Let me tell you why, man. Syguła KO been KO before. He got 2 KO losses. I think he's aggressive. I think he's there to be hit. I think KO is live.
I mean, it's in the name.
Elliott. Oh, it is.
Yeah, Elliott KO makes sense. I think he gets to him, man. Not enough head movement, not enough speed.
Right.
Be water, my friend.
Be water.
He's more like concrete.
He is concrete, my friend.
He's
a concrete savage.
I don't know if his jaw is concrete though. No, Oban Elliott, I think a finish makes sense.
I think finish is live. I think most likely it's him handling with a big counter shot because the way KO comes in aggressive and stiff. Good fight either way, man. And looking forward to some more from Oban Elliott. I think he shows out. And that's the featured prelim of the night, I believe, on this one. Yeah. Now we're about to jump to the main card, man. We're fucking bringing the thunder quick, Mike Finch. We got some savage fights left, though. We got 6 bangers left. Let's jump up to this main card. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe it up. Listen, Finch, I've been holding it down, doing each fight. I got to give you the fucking floor first. So tell me what you think about this first fight on the main card with Naimov and Grad.
Bogdan Grad, come on, man. No, come on, son. Naimov's a fucking problem. I'm gonna go Mohammed Naimov. I think that he's gonna be able to power through a Bogdan Grad who. What was the last fight? Lucas Alexander, not that level. And then Michael Aswell going to a split decision with Michael Aswell too, who he looked okay. What was that last one? Yeah, against Oki. That's right. Competent, but Bogdan Grad, I don't know. Too sloppy. I feel like Mohammed Naimov wrestles him down to the ground. I mean, does what he wants to do with him. I like the location of the fight for Mohammed Naimov. I feel like Mohammed Naimov one of the bigger mismatches on the card here. I think he's able to, style on Grad. I don't really see where Grad has an advantage here.
Little CBD line rip. For the people at home, listen, I'm bringing the heat. You guys know the
strong as fuck. That'll be a problem too.
Woo. Listen, let me tell you something, bro. I really believe that this is the essence of a mismatch on this card. I'm not high on Bogdan Grad. And let me tell you the truth, man. Lucas Alexander doesn't have grit. That's the fucking issue. He's got a lot of talent. And he ended up selling hard in that fight after having great success early, and it all fucking fell apart. But ultimately, I do believe that Mohammed Naimov bodies Bogdan Grad if they tie up and can definitely match him in the strike rate too. I think he can definitely kickbox with him. It's like Bogdan, I don't know, man. I think there's a little too much hype on the stand-up. I think he's all right. I think he's sharp. I don't know. He reminds people of Fiziev because he's like jacked and stocky, But he also is, I don't know, just a little, he lacks something that I look for. I feel like he lacks. And I do think he's going to get absolutely handled by Naimov. I think this fight could hit the mat, and I think he's getting beaten up. I think Naimov's wrestling advantage, clear cut. I think Naimov can strike with him too.
Yeah.
I think Naimov could melt him late. I think Grad could get TKO'd in that third round. And I think Naimov could finish him off with big shots. I think submission is live too late. Naimov definitely brings a threat of submission. Does have an effective ground game. But nonetheless, a Naimov win seems pretty damn certain here. If Grad beats him, that's a massive upset.
It would be. And do the odds reflect it? I have no idea what the fucking odds are.
So the odds actually don't. They're minus 235, where I thought they'd be like minus 400. I was thinking these odds were going to be 4-1, but it seems like Bogdan Grad, with the win streak he's got on and, winning last time out against Lucas Alexander, got a little hype on the line. I don't think these are bad odds for Naimov as far as like a parlay piece. Of course, I don't think you're chasing a minus 235 money line. But I think Naimov wins. But let me tell you something, bro. I do think we're going over a round and a half at minus 160. I was shocked. Minus 260, excuse me. Even I was shocked there. I thought I'd be over 2.5 for this fight, because I think it's live to go distance. But I don't know. That third round finish for Naimov, I think, is possible, because Grad against Aswell was huff and wind come round number 3. And Naimov can put it on you 3 hard, man. And I like his chances here, bro. I'm going Naimov for sure.
Yeah, Naimov, and it probably does make it into that third round. I mean, if you're betting finish, you're definitely thinking Bogdan Grad, right? Naimov probably wears on him, probably takes him down, ground and pounds him, gets him tired first. So, Naimov doesn't strike me as a guy who's gunning for the finish. Naimov decision makes a lot of sense.
Naimov, he has been a bit of a decision machine, but he did show power against Jamie Malarkey in that fight when he chinned him. Got some KOs outside the UFC, but definitely like Naimov. What I like the most would be either the over 1.5 or the straight Naimov money line in a 2-leg parlay. I think he should handle business here. But if you're a D-Gen savage and you're like, yo, fuck it, plus 900 Naimov round 3 doesn't seem crazy to me. I think that Grad could fatigue come that third round and Naimov could put it on him. But ultimately, like Finch said, it's not like Naimov is a guy that absolutely goes for the finish. So if I could see Naimov's game plan. If he gets him down round 3, fuck it. I'm going to ride the position, pepper him. I'm not going to hunt for the back take, or I'm not going to hunt for big ground and pound shots. And shit, looks like we just hunted down another dono up in here. My guy, Adrian, my man, blindly tailed Phil Rowe at plus 115, doubled down at plus 145. And boy, that was a treat. Loved the breakdown, felt right, and came through in a big way. Appreciate the great work. James Reed.
Yo.
Thank you for 1999, bro. I'm fucking excited just thinking about it. My hat's about to fly off. I'm getting so excited.
Let's fucking go, James. That's right. We called it on Moneyline on Monday. AJ said he was feeling good about it, and then you guys had that emotional back and forth fight. It doesn't get more fun. Congrats.
That was fucking awesome. That's what when you're locked in as a fan, and when the Savage Dog Lock is on the line, that's legacy shit, bro. Legendary moment for the stream for sure. That shit was great, man.
Fuck yeah, guys. And thanks for the 20, James. Awesome.
Thank you, bro. We're both going Naimov. He should handle Bogdan Grad. Let's go. Next fight on the card, Nazim Sadykhov versus Nicholas Mota. So I'm going to just tell you a couple things about Mota. If you don't know, now you know. Training at Bang Tao, okay? So he's focused on Muay Thai. But, bro, I'm head scratching. First thing, we heard it last fight, but I'm head scratching he's still there, because I'm like, my worry with him is more about guys wrestle fucking him a bit. Like, his striking's dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, Bang Tao is maybe sharpening up his defense, but bro, he's a very like stuck in the mud type Muay Thai. He's very traditional Muay Thai with a bit of the twist of heavy hands in close range, but he doesn't have great setups from distance. He really doesn't have too much of like a jab entry or anything like that. It's more when he gets close, he can fucking sit on punches and throw really hard. But he also can get tuned up a bit from the outside. We saw him out grappled against Trey Ogden pretty bad with the early stoppage. That was a no contest, but he was in an arm triangle. Sadykhov's an interesting one, though, because he does have a well-versed game. He is a pretty efficient striker. He's come into his own in the UFC, and I feel like he's got a bit better mid and long-range stand-up. But that fucking nuclear option for Mota, it's a bit intimidating, regardless of him also being chinned in a couple of fights. Mota can sit on punches, and he's dangerous. But I think Sadykhov is going to get this fight to the ground. I think Sadykhov out-grapples him. Seeing Mota at Bang Tao, I'm like, yeah, they got the stand-up on point. But I don't know, man. Mota's one of those guys, and I'm curious your opinion on this too, Finch. You know, why you give the breakdown? Give me this. What do you think about a fighter that travels team to team to team to team to team to team to look for it? Wouldn't you find it somewhere? You find a coach you ride with and you can get, and then if you want to cross-train a little bit. But the motherfucker has jumped around. Remember, he was at fucking, what, Nova and Yao at one point? Then he was at Extreme. Then he was with Glover. And now he's in fucking Bang Tao. I don't know, man. I kind of see sometimes that as like a red flag, bro. In the boxing gyms, I remember when I was a kid, they call guys like that gym whores. They always have a new fucking
How dare they?
Oh,
How
shit.
dare they?
What do you think about that, though?
That's interesting. Well, let me say a couple things first. Conor McGregor back in the day. Back in the day, yeah. Back when it was young Conor, yeah. He was doing the Ariel Helwani interview, and he was saying, these guys, they don't stick with their team, mate. They don't stick with their team, yeah. You come up with your team, you rise with your team. They go to these super gyms, they get lost in there, mate. So I think people are different. I think teams are different. I think it really matters because I've been at gyms where I'm like, I've absorbed what I can here. You know, that's happened to me. I've been at a gym where I trained there for years, like 3 years. And I'm like, I'm not getting better at the rate I was when I first started here. You know, is the grass greener over here? Right. And so it can be a really good thing. Like when you see that, when you see you're not getting the attention from the head coach or whatever it is, right? What the best coach, whatever it is, you got to go somewhere where you're getting better. So it makes sense that Forrest Griffin and some other people have been a little bit more nomadic. They've been sort of here, there, picking up what they can. And then there are cases where you start somebody from the fucking ground up and it's a great fit and you're at a great team and it works, right? So both stories are true. I think blanket statement saying you got to stick with your team. But what if your team sucks? You know? And so, and then you got to you got to keep finding the new stuff. You got to keep jumping around gyms. Well, what if you leave a team that you would have been really fruitful at and they just needed you to commit, you know? One more thing I'll say about that. Some teams really want loyalty before they really buy into you. So a downside of jumping teams is, you know, they're like, okay, you were there for 6 months. Now you're here for 3 months. You've been cross-training over here. Fuck you. I'm not going to focus on you because you jump around gyms. So it's very dynamic. I don't think a clear answer is the right answer. Sure. You know, I don't think a clear yes, no is the right answer. Sure. It really depends, AJ. It really depends on the context. Yeah, if somebody jumps around like 5-6 teams, you could be a little skeptical. You know,
that's how I feel with Mota because he's been around the fucking block. You know? Yeah. I mean that makes sense. But like, I think it's dope when Jack Della Maddalena brings in Craig Jones, and I think it's dope when people cross train. Like I've always been of the mindset that do it like wrestling, because in high school I was a wrestler. And we would be encouraged to go do, you know, I was at Lakes High School. I went to do Grant High School's camp because they made Lee Munster, this state champion, his sophomore year, junior year, and senior year, won the Illinois state. So it's like, all right, clearly they could fucking wrestle over here. Let's go see what they're doing, right? So you go do a camp over here, and then there are, I'll shout out the Brazilians on this one. They're very
claws in, hands on. Don't you fucking go to another gym, you bastard, you know? And I think that's the wrong thing, AJ, because, you know, you can learn a lot from doing some cross training. So I must say I like cross training, but what Moda's doing is probably too far. Like in Moda's case, it probably is a bad thing. And against Sadykhov, like you said, he's training with these strikers. He's learning Muay Thai. He needs to be with great wrestlers because Sadykhov's going to try to take him down and get him out of there on the mat. Moda's got power. He's got real power, but I'll take Sadykhov probably with a late finish.
I like it, man. I like the call from the Finch, man. Sadykhov, I think he's live for the late finish. I think he's dangerous in all aspects of this fight. I feel like KO is live. I think submission is live. I think that grappling is going to potentially be a threat that even if it's not to finish the fight with grappling, I love a good takedown mixed in the bunch, Mike Finch, because then Moda's thinking, fuck, he might be wrestling me. As opposed to if you're like, yo, we're just going to bang. That's when Moda maybe finds something crazy. But I'm not sold on Moda. I like his style. He's fun. Moda's a fun one. He's a fun scrapper.
Yeah.
But I think Sadykhov's skillful, man. And I go with him. And Alex NYC agrees. He's telling us he's got Sadykhov in the over 1.5 at plus 130. He's got it parlayed up, same game. Respect
Very
on that.
interesting. Sadykhov could finish people on the ground. He got Terrence McKinney out of there.
That's impressive. I think that Sadykhov handles against Moda. And you know what's crazy, Finch? When I break this fight down, do you know what the odds are yet? Do you have an idea or no? Have you seen the odds?
I think I did see that Sadykhov's the size of a 4-1.
Dude, 4-1.
Yeah.
4-1. Does 4-1 seem right, or am I just like overthinking it a bit? I feel like it's minus 225, minus 250 range.
But they like doing this. They like doing this. So it's up to us to identify good dogs, you know? I mean, and we do, right? You know, Jack Della. I mean, you know, you know, I could rant off a list of dogs. Right. So when they start doing this, we got to burn them where they deserve to be burned. I don't think this is the one. I think Sadykhov, you know, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, whatever you want to say. I think he's the winner.
Okay, let's go. Sadykhov should handle. I agree with Finch, even if the odds are, you know, wider than they opened that. Because 2-1, that seems nice a couple weeks ago. 4-1, minus 440. Ugly line. The over 1.5 is minus 140. You know, Alex NYC is playing that. Does Sadykhov get him done inside distance? You got minus 175. If you like KO, it's plus 130. Sub plus 375. The money line is the fucking A side always, but value wise, you're not, you know, salivating at the bit. Like, let's fucking get it. It's not a juicy line. It's an ugly 2-leg that you got to put together, maybe 3. But he should win. He should win.
And I don't think he's the #1 lock on the card because Moda's, you know, Moda's dangerous on the feet, man. Moda tries to put people the fuck out. He sits down on punches. And the hard thing about going with Moda is he's such a compact, short, stocky, fire hydrant motherfucker. Sometimes it's hard to take those guys down, dude.
True.
You know, y'all know where I'm at, though.
Yeah, agreed, man. Agreed. We got AJ dropping 299. I love you, AJ, but Ignacio is a lock. Fiziev is mid. Listen, brother, we're about to get to it.
Fiziev is mid. How dare he? How dare he?
He's a ballsy motherfucker. We'll talk about that fight soon. All right. But on this one, Finchman and I both, we're going Sadykhov. Let's keep running. Next fight, we got Mr. 10,000 BTC, Mitabek Orolbai, versus Tofiq Musayev. Musayev is representing Azerbaijan like a savage, of course. But listen, I think Mitabek Orolbai is a monster. I went back, and when I'm watching that Rebeshki fight, I'm thinking to myself, Orolbai is made of fucking steel. The guy gets dropped, keeps coming. Eyes shut, keeps coming. If that fight's 5 rounds, I'm going Orolbai by TKO in the 4th because Rebeshki was a dead man, and Orolbai is handing him with big straights.
Yeah.
Mitabek Orolbai is still a really good prospect, regardless of the Rebeshki fight. And let's say one more thing with the Rebeshki fight, too. It was up 5 pounds at 160. I don't know, will Rebeshki have that same power if he would have cut an extra 4 or 5 pounds? All is hearsay. But ultimately, I don't think you should be writing off Mitabek Orolbai as a prospect to watch. Musayev was a badass, though. Remember when he fucked up Patricky Pitbull? He got the win back in the day. Dude was a, you know, rising Grand Prix champion, went to Bellator, had some fights, and definitely is a skillful MMA fighter. He's a pretty clean striker, good overhand shots, good speed on his attacks, good wrestling in the arsenal. but I think it's Mitabek Orolbai's fight. I think he finds a way to win. I think it's close. I think it's competitive. I think it's a dogfight. I think Musayev is a little too late to the UFC. I feel like in 2019, if they would have signed him during, the pandemic era, that would have been best case scenario after he beat Patrick, had a layoff, lost to De Souza and whatnot thereafter. But that's all hearsay besides the point. Orolbai, 2-1, hard fought win. He wins the third round. I think Musayev loses the third, and then first two are close, but I think Orolbai edges it by a tad. We're going Orolbai here.
Orolbai looks like one of the dudes who are playing soccer in Secret Life of Walter Mitty when they're up there, and Ben Stiller finally gets to meet with the photographer, right? And they're down there playing. You ever seen Secret Life of Walter Mitty? It's a great fucking movie, bro.
Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Who is in it? Tell me that.
That's a great movie.
Have I seen it?
Secret Life of Walter Mitty. He's got the office job. And
who's the actor playing him?
They got to get the Ben Stiller.
Oh, I did see it. Yeah.
Sam Harris.
Yeah.
It's like my wife's favorite movie. Maybe Lord of the Rings is now. I think Fellowship of the Ring just took it. Anyway, he looks like that guy. Good fucking fight. I look at it as striker versus grappler. Orolbai is going to need these takedowns. Tofiq Musayev isn't just technically sound on the feet. He's fucking dangerous. Tofiq Musayev is down to go to war. Yes, he's 35, but they're in Azerbaijan. He's on home turf. I'm going to go for the dog here. It being his UFC debut, first off, tough to do. Him having to go in there with a guy like Orolbai, who was looking really good, who's really shown us some excellent wrestling, who has fought a lot in the UFC. Hard to do. He's up against a veteran too. And the third thing, this is my boy. Tofiq Musayev is my fucking boy. AJ, he DMs me and he goes, "Hey, I'm trying to get into the United States. Can you help me by writing a letter of recommendation?" And I did, bro.
Holy shit.
I wrote out a
crazy.
Tofiq Musayev letter of recommendation from a citizen of the United States saying that he's a stand-up guy. I've worked with him before. Stand-up guy, literally and figuratively. I've worked with him before. He's going to be a great representative in our country. He's gonna hold it down here. So I wrote Trump for him. Okay, I did my best, and that's just a great human being. Tofiq Musayev is fucking awesome. His whole team's fantastic. Home turf, completely biased. How the fuck am I supposed to? Do not tail me on this one, okay? Tofiq Musayev is my boy. I got Tofiq Musayev via knockout, and I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm picking with my heart on this one. Tofiq, represent on home turf. Let's go.
I think he puts up a good fight, but I'm going to go with the younger Orolbai. I like Tofiq, man. I was high on him in 2019. You know what I'm saying? But shit, that's 6 years ago now, my brother. You know what I'm saying? When he was in his prime at 29, the kid was a problem, but unfortunately, the pandemic kind of took away 2 key years from him. And it is what it is. I think Orolbai lands some key takedowns. He does got some sharp straights, but I know Musayev's your boy, and respect to Musayev. I think he puts up a good fight. I'm happy he's in the UFC. I'm sad that he's in the UFC in 2025 now for a debut.
The fucking tear he was on from 2015 to 2021. He didn't lose a single fight. He beat names like Patricky Pitbull, excuse me. I mean, a lot of EVs, OVs. I mean, this is like, he was on a fucking tear. And by the way, finishing people in the first round. Tofiq Musayev is a world-class striker. He's very good. His issue here is going to be the takedowns. I totally understand if you guys are seeing the UFC experience of Orolbai and you could see the takedowns happening. I'm not holding you back, man. I just got to say, Tofiq Musayev is a fucking great human being, and I am so rooting for him. So respect. No way around that.
Well, listen, the odds for Orolbai aren't crazy. He's -175. Musayev at +150. The over 1.5 is -230. I do think it's live to go over a round and a half. Orolbai unorthodox finish by submission at 4-1 is a degen possibility, but I lean decision at +215. Big age difference between the two of 8 years with the 27-year-old Orolbai against 35-year-old Musayev. And Mike Finch, you're keeping Bellator alive. Bellator doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gone now. But you're keeping Bellator alive, picking all these Bellator savages. I had to go against This one here, I've been on Team Bellator.
Hey, apparently Tofiq is not from Bellator, says K1. Tofiq knocked out
Sydney Outlaw.
Sydney Outlaw.
He fucked him up.
Yeah.
Listen, he's a Ryzen champ at one point, and he's a Bellator guy. He's both, but he's more Ryzen, to be fair. Like, he was a Ryzen fighter that then, fought a few times in Bellator, but he was representing Ryzen. Oh, look at this Savage.
Yeah,
the Moneyline is hands down the best UFC breakdown show. Much love to both you Savages, and thanks for what you do. Brad Hunold, thank you for the 5 and the compliments, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Brad. Beautiful. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate that a lot. Dope fight. Orolbai could out wrestle him.
Respect. I'm going Orolbai.
Let's go.
Man going with his boy Musayev. Respect on it. And let's get to the next fight. Featured fight of the night. We got Curtis Razor Blaydes versus Rizvan Kuniev. This fight was supposed to happen. They squared off. They were ready to go. Blaydes got ill. Fight was canceled.
Yeah.
I picked Rizvan Kuniev last time.
Ooh.
I'm picking him again.
Ooh.
I'm picking Rizvan Kuniev because I don't know. Something's telling me Blaydes is getting tuned up on the feet because he's going to have to deal with that Kuniev takedown defense. And Kuniev, strong wrestling defense, clean stand-up base, does have deceptive shots in the clinch, looked in better shape. Last time he was on the scales, facing off with Curtis Blaydes, looks like a pretty well-sized heavyweight too. Bro, I think Kuniev's going to end up knocking Curtis Blaydes out, my brother. I think this is Kuniev's time to shine. I think that it's hard, right, to pick a guy coming from contender series to a ranked contender, but Blaydes is, 2 out of his last 3 fights were violent knockout losses. But to be fair, it's Tom Aspinall and Pavlovich, 2 very dangerous guys. But seeing that Pavlovich put him away, I'm thinking of Kuniev's grappling defense. I'm thinking of his strike speed. I'm like, I think Kuniev could find the chin. And I don't know, man. Blaydes in his prime against Overeem, just smashing him, different animal. Right now, I feel like Kuniev's time. I'm going to pick him.
Fuck, man. It's a tough one for me. Curtis Blaydes has too much UFC experience. I think it matters. It's the same thing with Tofiq. It's like when you come into the UFC and it's your first UFC fight and you're up against a guy like, and especially at heavyweight, like Blaydes has fought everybody. I mean, Blaydes is tremendous. So, I think that matters a lot. I'm going to lean Curtis Blaydes. It's a tough one. And I think Blaydes is a sizable favorite, right?
Yeah, right now Blaydes is sitting at -270, bro.
Yeah, I'm not running and betting on Blaydes. I mean, I'll tell y'all right now, I ain't betting on Blaydes.
Respect.
Another homie, by the way. Blaydes started at UFC Gym Lombard in Chicago. I hardly know him, though. But, seen him around. Big motherfucker, athletic guy. Got some nice elbows. Ask Alistair Overeem. Got some nice takedowns. Ask Jailton out. I mean, he fucking is the real deal. And he's going to be such a test because he can strike. I mean, I know Tom Aspinall tuned him up, but it's Tom Aspinall, guys. This ain't Tom Aspinall. I think that him being well-rounded is a problem for Kuniev, too. So it's a tough fight. I am impressed by Kuniev, too. If there is an upset on this card, Kuniev is not a crazy one to, it would make sense here, right? I'm going to go with the UFC veteran, even on enemy territory.
Respect. Kuniev right now is a sizable underdog at +230 with Blaydes at -270. Kuniev by KO at +550. I think that's a live outcome for these big boys going after it. And EMG Drug God with $4.99, eating tres leche de tigre with the wife while watching the goats. Life's good. Bless up, brothers. Hey, W to you and the fam, bro. Let's go. Hey.
Get the strap, EMG Drug God. Eating leche de, what is that, AJ? I'm not.
I thought he was saying tres leches or something like, all right, yeah, maybe I know. Let's see what that is. I don't know.
I'm too white for this comment, bro. Gringo. Okay. Carne asada, taco.
Tiger's
right.
milk.
That's all I rock. Okay. I don't even
citrus-based marinade.
Chili rellenos is even out of my fucking,
Sounds good. Thank you.
How do you say that? I probably fucked that up too. Thank you for the $5, EMG Drug God. The best fucking photo on YouTube. Absolutely insane. Hey, when I bust out the strap, I'm fucking around with y'all on the Telegram, okay? If I do wild shit, that's for the Telegram, okay? I mean,
Wild, man.
you
He's a
know,
wild man.
I'll be posting my shit on YouTube.
Wild West Mike Finch, man.
You know what I
Listen,
mean? Come on, it's Telegram. You're supposed to be able to fuck around on Telegram, right?
It's
I
not.
hit what do you call it? The pen. I hit the CBD. I hit the CBD on Telegram. I fuck around on Telegram, all right? That's the premium channel. I got to entertain the folks.
Let's go. EMG drug god, menace to society. Thank you, bro. Finchman going Blaydes. I'm going Kuniev. We'll find out what happens as the two
Cool
face
fight.
off.
Hey,
It's a good fight.
AJ, ballsy pick.
Thanks, man. I don't know. I'm feeling Kuniev's got a good chance here. I like the matchup for him. I've been high on him for a minute too. I've been feeling like, okay, Kuniev's game. And against Razor Blaydes at this point, who I don't know where he's at. I'm unsure. Obviously, the Jailton Almeida win's impressive. You know, Almeida got caught with the weird shot and finished.
And he's good at beating strikers, but you know, Kuniev, it's an interesting matchup.
It's a good fight. Hey, we'll find out. Co-main event. Let's jump to it. This is where shit gets crazy. We got Rafael Fiziev versus Ignacio Bahamondes. Mike Finch, I'm going with Fiziev to beat Bahamondes in this one here. I feel like Fiziev coming in sharp, not a short notice fight, gonna look smoother this time. He landed some nasty knees and kicks to the body of Gaethje last time out. First round, he tends to be very high output. I think he can land some deceptive shots with his speed advantage on Bahamondes. I'm not sold on Bahamondes yet. I know he got the submission last time with Jalen Turner, but it's a Jalen Turner who retired right after. We got Fiziev fighting in his home country back against the wall, down 3 versus up 3. Isn't that interesting? 3 losses in a row, 3 wins in a row getting matched up against one another. I think Fiziev can get back on track. I mean, 2 of those losses are to Justin Gaethje, and 1 is an injury loss against Gamrot. Now we got Fiziev active again. I feel like he could look better with the full camp. This is not short notice. I think Fiziev can beat Ignacio Bahamondes here. I think he's going to look good on the feet. I think he'll be a bit quicker. I think body work is going to be a key factor. And I think we're going to see him take a W home. What do you think, Finch?
I got Ignacio Bahamondes. You're talking about an Ignacio Bahamondes who's great at distance striking against Fiziev, who's a kicker. So I think it fits nicely into Bahamondes' game. He's sharper on the ground. You guys saw Fiziev having trouble on the ground with Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje's not that good on the ground. I think that Ignacio Bahamondes is live to sub Fiziev. And on the feet, I think Fiziev plays right into his game. I like Fiziev, okay? I'm a Fiziev fan. And where the fight takes place, if there's going to be a bullshit decision, it's for Tofiq Musayev, it's for Fiziev, it's for, people who probably, right? For people who are from that part of the world. I think Ignacio Bahamondes could do it on the road here. I picked him. Did I lock him? I think I gave him out as a bet. Yeah. Against tall, skinny black dude last fight. Jalen Turner. Against Jalen Turner, all right? And some of y'all hated on that, and y'all found out about the guard, okay? I do think that matters here. So Fiziev is stuck on the feet with them. Stuck is a reach. I mean, Fiziev likes to be on the feet, but he's a lot shorter. He's a short, compact striker. I think his best fights are behind him at this point. Like AJ, he ain't touching the title, right? Like Fiziev is, he's in this part of his career. Hit me with the age. I mean, we're talking about 32? Young line. 32, not too bad.
He's prime, bro. He's prime. That's the other thing. I feel like everybody's thinking he's 37, 38. He's still primed at 32, man.
He does strike me as 37. But the 27-year-old kid's been on a fucking roll. He's been in the UFC for how long now? Since 2020. He's beaten Manuel Torres. Beautiful fucking performance against a dangerous striker. So much so that people started doubting Manuel Torres after the fight. Y'all must have forgot Manuel Torres could knock people the fuck out, man. He's dangerous, I picked up on that one too. Got Manuel Torres in was it Mexico, right?
Yeah.
I think Ignacio Bahamondes is a pretty bad matchup for Fiziev. I'm going for him.
Okay. Distance striking is tricky from Bahamondes. He's got nice teeps. He's got heavy kicks. I think Fiziev's going to be faster, more explosive. I don't know, though. I think in the pocket, Fiziev's hands could be effective here with Bahamondes. I think he could be a little sharper and close. That Ludovic Klein loss for Bahamondes is one that I don't forget about because it was good strike moments, good grappling moments. I feel like with Fiziev's frame being a bit shorter, of course, he's going to have to overcome the deficiency in the height. 5'8" to 6'3", not a great look, and a 4-inch reach advantage. I don't think it's over for Fiziev. And then I asked myself, is Bahamondes breaking into the top 10? I'm gonna say Fiziev finds a way to win a close one, man. I know you're going Bahamondes. You think he's on the tear now?
I think he could go into the top 10. I mean, you just said it, right? Fiziev, what range does he like to strike at? He kind of strikes from like middle to long range.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good against a guy who's a half a foot taller than you. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm sounding super confident in Ignacio. Let me say, it's a fucking fight. And I like Fiziev striking. Like, Fiziev is a striking coach at Tiger Muay Thai. Fiziev's a great fucking striker, you know? So I got respect for the dude. But, yeah, I see Ignacio as a real prospect, man, on a roll. Yeah, I think, you know, you mentioned the Ludovic Klein fight, but he was able to sharpen up, you know, training with Bilal Muhammad, who's been the champion, while rounding out his game more. You know, he's a winner.
Respect. Odds for the fight, -130 for Bahamondes, Fiziev at +110. Fight to go over 2.5, sweaty -160. So you're going Bahamondes. You think finish or you think decision?
Could sub him, dude. Could sub him. Based on what I saw on the ground in Fiziev's last fight, he could choke him.
+900 for sub.
Woo! Don't tell me what a good time.
+900 for the sub, man.
Say it one more time.
+900, my
All
brother.
right, Ignacio Bahamondes submission. Let's go. Let's go.
Respect. I think it's going to be a close fight. I'll be interested to see if Bahamondes gets to a front headlock position with those long arms. Chance to lock up something from there is a possibility for sure. But I don't know, man. I think Fiziev at home has got one good performance to put out. At 32, I think he's still primed and physically, you know, a little stronger, more explosive, a little more powerful with his kicks. I feel like he should beat the young, up-and-coming 27-year-old who's got a lot of promise for sure. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm feeling the Fiziev side, man. I went into the breakdown before watching anything, going Bahamondes, and then I'm looking at Fiziev Gage. I'm like, he got caught by that uppercut, but he was looking real clean. And I don't know with Bahamondes. I could see him being at a deficiency in the speed. We'll find out.
It's like even odds, right?
A slight favorite for Bahamondes now, -130.
That's interesting. Yeah, when I looked, it was like even. It's a good fight. I'm super excited to see it. Yeah, the matchup's fun. I'm not, you know, Fiziev's fun to fucking watch, man. I ain't no hater, you know. They both are, so it's probably a good fight.
Definitely a fight to watch on the card. Keep an eye on. We got prospect battle, or prospect really looking to surge versus, at this point, difficult gatekeeper to deal with the elusive stand-up game. Fiziev still in his prime at 32. Bahamondes, obviously, younger, youth edge, and does have that length advantage. We'll see what comes to fruition, man. Finchman going with Bahamondes. He's going for the savage sub, this guy. I'm going to go Fiziev, and we're going to find out who gets it on Saturday night. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card. It's the main event of the evening. We got Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree. Now, Khalil Rountree is coming off of an epic performance against Alex Pereira. In loss, his stock rose, but still lost the fight. Still got hit hard a lot. And I get it. Jamal Hill went down with one punch from Alex Pereira. And, you know, if you use the MMA math, well, look at this performance versus that performance. Is it almost worse that Khalil Rountree was beaten to a pulp and badly damaged late in that fight with his eye flapping around and shit? I think that Jamal Hill still got it. I don't think Jamal Hill's done. A key element of his loss to Yuri Prochazka was the fact that Yuri had insane head movement in that fight. Khalil Rountree, coming from more of the Muay Thai style at this point in his career, does have good blocking skill and a very tight guard and definitely heavy hands and nasty kicks. But I will say he does not get out of the way of punches nearly as efficiently as the Prochazka we saw fight against Jamal Hill. And normally Hill is landing a lot of those shots that he was overthrowing against Yuri Prochazka. And I feel like Hill's boxing could end up being a key difference maker between the two of them. Now, of course, Rountree is not just like a pure Muay Thai fighter. He comes from the MMA base and he does have knockout power in his hands. But I think one of the deficiencies with traditional Muay Thai, which we've seen, you know, exploited even in Muay Thai by fighters coming from other parts of the world, is the element of boxing that comes, right? And I think that Hill's boxing advantage is a key factor. Now, of course, Rountree attacking the legs is definitely a potential pathway. But on the flip side, as Rountree does rip leg kicks, there are going to be straight shot counters available for Jamal Hill. I think Jamal Hill is catching Rountree with some big shots. I'm going to pick Jamal Hill to win. I know that it's easy to write him off because of the losses, but bro, I really believe that Rountree gets caught in this fight by some heavy punches. And as great as his performance was against Pereira, I don't know if he's absorbing clean shots to the chin from a slick Jamal Hill.
I picked Alex Pereira over Jamal Hill when it was even odds. Okay. And I absolutely locked Alex Pereira based on the sloppy shit I see in Jamal Hill's striking. After that one-sided smoking, he was a favorite against Yuri Prochazka. Again, slammed it, gave it out as a bet, all day on Yuri Prochazka. Yuri Prochazka puts him away. Here he is against Khalil Rountree. They keep giving him strikers who are just more technically sound than he is. Khalil Rountree's had success against a plethora of strikers. Ask Modestas Bakauskas how his knee's doing, right? He's gone through a good list of strikers. Let's run it. Poatan had a fucking war with Poatan. It was fucking incredible. Dustin Jacoby beats Dustin Jacoby. Dustin Jacoby's a solid fucking striker. Lot of good opposition for Khalil Rountree to give him good looks on the feet. I think he's confident walking into this one. The one problem I see here, because I don't believe in the grappling of Jamal Hill at all. The one problem I see is that Jamal Hill is dangerous on the outside, whipping big shots. He is good at that long, rangy shit. And the way Khalil Rountree fights, a little bit tighter, likes to block stuff. I don't love that against the Jamal Hill who's going to be whipping shots in there from halfway across the cage on some ghetto shit. I don't think his striking's that good. I think Jamal Hill's one of the worst champions in UFC history. But his power's nice, his speed is nice. Could he crack a left hook? Like, yeah. You're going to roll the dice striking with Jamal Hill when you're kind of just walking him down, not really excellent timing. Like, there's no freak athleticism from Khalil Rountree. It's classic Muay Thai. He's tough as fuck. He's going to walk you down. He's going to keep accumulating, right? Does he get it done? I believe so, AJ. I'm going to go with Khalil Rountree. But in my nightmares, do I see a Jamal Hill overhand right? Yeah, Jamal Hill has a shot in this fight. Make no mistake. So I see it. I think there's a range problem. But I'm going to go with the guy who's better. I'm going to go with the guy who has a better defense, who has more weapons, stronger. Just went, into fucking hell with Poatan. Not just. They gave him good time to recover. Like, I get your point, right? He was in a fucking war, but he's had enough time to recover, AJ. I think he could beat Jamal Hill.
Okay. Finchman going Rountree for the W. I'm going Hill. We're on opposite sides of the main and co-main event on this one here. Jamal is a slight dog at plus 120. Rountree minus 140. I expect a violent fight. The over 3.5 rounds is plus 175. Something to be said. Hill has gone 5, and he boxed up an aging Glover Teixeira for 5. Rountree finished late against Alex Pereira, which, there's no shame in losing a Pereira at all. I really think what you're saying, though, about Hill's hands is the main reason that I feel he wins. Like, can Rountree get him out of there with leg kicks? He's going to be sharp enough, and he's just ripping shots. The fact that Rountree will, absorb him on the guard, I feel like a few of them are going to get through, man. That wild hook he does, the lean back.
Wild.
Yeah.
Love it. That's it. He's wild. Jamal Hill's wild,
He is.
Khalil's not wild, and I think Khalil could block that shit. Like, what does Jamal Hill do? He puts his chin up in the air and he whips wild shots. I think Khalil's seen this shit, man. Puncher's chance. I'll give Jamal Hill a puncher's chance here. I ain't picking no puncher's chance though.
Justin, thank you for $4.99. Achilles tear is the worst injury in sports. Scares me for Jamal, and he hasn't won since that injury. True, he hasn't won since that. I get it.
Dude, look at the fucking
Holy shit!
It's still taped up. I almost got, bro.
You almost went at fucking no Achilles Finch over here.
You know?
Shit.
Hey, the Achilles was like, damn, bro, that was close. Sorry,
Holy
man. I'm
shit.
sorry. You know, so yeah, the Achilles is no fucking joke, man. That would have been a life changer, AJ. If I hit that coral just a little different angle. Do the folks know what the fuck I'm talking about?
Yeah, Finch sliced his leg up in Hawaii. Thank you for $4.99, Justin.
Nobody gives a fuck, but it's okay. Here it is. I went swimming in Hawaii. God damn, I got my fucking ankle back, dude.
Nice,
hey, be careful of that coral, guys. The ocean ain't playing.
The ocean's not playing. The ocean doesn't play, Mike Finch.
No,
Shit.
brother.
Shit.
I grew up swimming in lakes, okay? I could swim. I'm a fish, all right? Ask the people at Chick-fil-A if anybody got that reference. Power to you. You know, I could fucking swim. The ocean? Yeah, that's got some current down there, dude. I'm like diving in the coral. I'm doing barrel rolls, flips. I'm peace signing my cousins. Wham! Right into the coral. So be careful out there, kids.
Shit. Intense, bro. Listen, we're glad he's all right. We're glad he's doing the show. We're glad he still got the foot.
I would do it from the hospital. Khalil, Rountree.
Respect.
How does he get it done? Accumulating on him, TKO.
Let's go. Respect to Finch. Going Rountree. I'm going Hill. We got a 50-50 in this main event for sure. And it's a battle of styles. It's a battle of the 8 limbs versus the fucking Epic 2. And let's see who handles it here. And let's see if Jamal Hill can get his first win since that injury. We'll find out. A lot's going to be found out post-Saturday, man. After this card, we'll know everything. This card's on early, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Finch, man, 9 o'clock, 9 a.m., my friend. Card starts bright and early. Get your coffee. Get ready to sit down and relax. Watch some fights, my friend.
I got my Russian doctor friend in town, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I'll tune into you. You know, I always jump into your live at some point.
Sure.
I've been watching the fights afterwards sometimes. So, you know,
that's fair.
Sometimes I just try to fucking airplane mode the phone and then I watch.
You have to airplane mode the phone, yeah.
You know? Oh, yeah. Come on. Everybody texts me. This is all I do.
Yeah.
I train people all fucking day, you know? So everybody did you see that? Stop, bro. I'm not watching. You know, if I want to hear what's going on, I'll jump in and see what's up with AJ. Of course. So we'll see what's up. Maybe my buddy wants to wake up early and watch the fights. We'll see what's up. You know what I will be watching? I'll be watching AJ throughout the week. He's dropping content every fucking day. I hope y'all will be there for Most Confident Picks. I'm doing my post weigh-in show every single week. I hope you guys are jumping into that. AJ broadcast the entire fucking fight card. All right. Got to hang out with him for that. Man, AJ, I think we got one more thing today, don't we?
We got one more segment. It's time to parlay it up, my friend. Let's do it.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
Parlay time. Open up your wallets and let's bet on some fist fights.
Yeah. Parlay time. Azerbaijan. So I'm going to go Tagir Ulanbekov. Saturday night. Yeah. First leg of the parlay. The great and powerful Tagir Ulanbekov hitting these takedowns on a phenomenal striker.
All right. So we got Tagir Ulanbekov leg 1. I'll go Oban Elliott to make it a 2-leg. Let's see what these lines look like. So we got a 5-1 and we got around -350, -183. Oban Elliott, Tagir Ulanbekov, safe but boring. Ultimately,
safe but boring.
That's it.
You know,
Let's go.
Man, I'll cook up some nice ones for y'all. I will be live with my 5 most confident picks, a show that AJ named.
Thank you.
And I will be sure to give you guys some good ones here because I do have 5 fucking confident ones this week. I'll be cooking up a couple of parlays that I love. There's a couple over-unders that I like a lot on this one. We talked about one earlier, and I love that you said it too, but I'm not going to say who it is. It's over on the premium channel. DM at Mike Finch Show on Instagram to jump in. I will be doing 5 most confident picks in 15 minutes. I hope you motherfuckers come through.
Hey, go check out the Finch, man. Make sure you all smash the like button. Make sure you all smash the subscribe button. We're closing in on 49,000 subscribers, and we'll be hitting that very soon in the next couple of days. So keep on rocking with me. I'm live tomorrow afternoon, chat. Try to be live earlier than today. I got to get live a little earlier. I'll be live around the 1:30 mark. You know what I'm saying? I'll come through with the thunder. So make sure you guys tune into the live chat. Lunchtime live, bringing the heat. Go watch Finch, man. I got it pinned in the live chat. Go check the boy out. We appreciate you all. W's to the community. And Finchman, we'll see you in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys in about 12 hours. Peace, everybody. Good night.